Digital innovation is accelerating across all industries and markets as companies invest to differentiate themselves. However, this also increases a company's risk. The digital attack surface is much broader across endpoints, network edges, and the cloud. Data breaches and ransomware continue to increase in sophistication. With Fortinet, trust you are protected everywhere your people, devices, and data are. Fortinet offers broad visibility across the entire attack surface, an integrated platform to reduce management complexity, and automation for fast and efficient operations. Fortinet, making possible a digital world you can always trust.
So in the next 15 minutes, for the benefit of who had not been tracking Fortinet, we will touch upon what has been the success of Fortinet in the security space. And then we will talk about what had been the Fortinet solutions which had been helping the customers to achieve the business requirements and the challenges what they had been using, what they had been having during the work from home scenario. So to start with, Fortinet as a security global leader, for the financial year 2020 ending, we had 3 billion billing, and our market cap as of last week was more than 50 billion. Now, in terms of number of solutions, number of certifications, number of customers, what we have worldwide, we have acquired a huge number of customers over a period of last 18 years, and the success story continues. In terms of collaborating with the various security agencies or like-minded agencies, etc., the last initiative from Fortinet was that Fortinet also is a founding member of the World Economic Forum, where they have started a cybersecurity center last year in 2020. Now, when we talk about Fortinet growth and success and what has been the investors' confidence in that story, if you look at the slides where you can see in terms of last 5 years performance of the stock, you can see what has been the returns or the incremental performance of the Fortinet stock. And clearly, I've taken the last 5 years data so that it doesn't get skewed because of the pandemics. A lot of companies have huge success due to the consumption of various solutions, etc. But here, starting from November 2016, looking at all the way to the present day, it gives a clear indication of how the security companies had been evolving and what has been the Fortinet success, and relative to the other two leading security pure play vendors, how Fortinet has grown in the decade. Now, when we talk about Fortinet, Fortinet is a true global company where we have offices across the globe. Now, when you look at the right, when you see the revenue distribution, it is evenly distributed across all the 3 regions. From an employee perspective, we have more than 9,000 employees and 500K customers globally. Fortinet is a technology company where we focus and heavily invest in the technology. We have more than 785 patents, even though we are a pure security company. From that aspect, if you look at the nearest competition, a number of patents what we own is more than 2x to 3x of the nearest competition what we have. Now, looking at what the market analyst has been recognizing Fortinet based on the various solutions what we offer, Fortinet is a leader in 2 Magic Quadrants. We are a visionary in 2 Magic Quadrants. We are also mentioned in the challengers or in the niche in another 2 quadrants, etc. So overall, in 8 quadrants we are listed, and we are also listed in another 8 market guides from Gartner. Now, to look at as to know where we are pioneering and what has been our consolidation, these are the latest Magic Quadrants for various technologies. One, the network leader, where we are a clear leader. The second one is for the wired and wireless LAN, where Fortinet, even though we are a pure security company, not a pure play switching and networking company, we are still there in the visionary, way above some of the switching players, where our solution is primarily to extend the security to the endpoints or to the infrastructure level. The last one is from a WAN edge, where from a Gartner perspective, they coin it as WAN edge, which is for the SD-WAN, where we are the clear leaders when we talk about the latest report, what is published in September 2021. Now, just to look at the consolidation, how Fortinet consolidates in any of the technology what we are into, This is a classic example where it's still an evolving market when we talk about SD-WAN. These are the three quadrants which is available. It started in 2018, the first quadrant for Vantage, and we were a challenger about to get into the leaders. 2019 we were able to consolidate, whereas some of our nearest competition who was there in the challengers went down from our ability to execute. And in 2020 we moved in the leaders, and we are a clear leader in that space in 2020. And come 2021, which is the magic quadrant for Vantage, which was released just a few weeks back, and we are a clear leader, way above everybody else. So it talks about the ability to execute in terms of the market leadership what we have, and it also talks about how customers have been adopting our solution. Now this slide talks about in terms of customers giving the feedback to Gartner. The magic quadrants are based on their consultants' survey and research what they do. Here is where the customers, where they are giving the feedbacks to Gartner. And Fortinet has got a rating of 4.6 out of 5.0, which was highest for network firewalls. And compared to other vendors who also got 4.6, when you look at the number of respondents who participated for Fortinet was more than double of the nearest competition. So that talks about the endorsement, and the effectiveness, and how happy are the Fortinet customers. Now the next technology what I just want to highlight is that when it comes to public cloud, which is seeing a big intake because of the pandemic. Now due to pandemic, a lot of customers, for the availability, for the scalability, for the performance, etc., have looked at public cloud. And in that space, Fortinet again had been consolidating, and this is a proof of that, where Google has awarded us the Partner of the Year for Security in 2020. Similarly, from Microsoft, we got the award for winner of Microsoft Partner for the Commercial Marketplace. When you talk about Commercial Marketplace Award, it's an award not for a single product, not for the revenue, but overall what are the number of solutions what an OEM is offering, and based on that solutions and effectiveness of customers' adoption, this award is given. Now looking at security, this is the backbone of Fortinet, I would say, from the FortiGuard threat research team. So this is the backend team who does the research and then develops the threat intelligence, the actionables in terms of detection, prevention of threats, etc., which is translated into all the product lines using which the customers get the benefit. Now looking at how that FortiGuard team had been collaborating and partnering, again in terms of that threat intelligence sharing, there was a Cyber Threat Alliance which was formed some years back. Again, Fortinet was one of the founding members of that, along with Palo Alto, Symantec and McAfee, and then later Checkpoint and Cisco got added to that list. And today if you look at the Cyber Threat Alliance, all the security vendors, or majority of the security vendors, is a part of that alliance. Similarly, we also partner with various law enforcement agencies or CERT teams across the globe, and we collaborate with them to give a better world where we can be one step ahead of the hackers. Now this is a proof of that capability what FortiGuard team had been having, and how the proof of that. This is publicly available data. This is from the site fortiguardlabs.com, and you can see the number of 0 days what Fortinet has discovered. When we talk about 0 days, it's a FortiGuard threat research team who is validating and evaluating the most common applications what is used in the public. And when we find a weakness, we report it back to the parent companies, and we wait for them to come out with a fix. And once the fix is announced by the OEMs, then we also announce the vulnerability. So currently you will see only the mention of the vulnerability, but it doesn't give you any details. But in terms of Fortinet customers, you can be rest assured that we have also built that preventive measures for all these vulnerabilities into the product lines. On the right side, I have just given an example of that capability where Microsoft in the 2019 Black Hat conference, where they talked about who had been the top contributors to them, and Fortinet was mentioned as one of the top 3 0-day top contributor. Similarly, from Adobe website, if you look at it, you will see Fortinet FortiGuard Labs getting acknowledged from Adobe as a acknowledgement for what we had been sharing with Adobe. So these are 3 pillars of security from a Fortinet perspective. One is the security-driven networking, where we talk about convergence of networking and security. The second one is the zero trust access, which is very relevant in today's world, where users are everywhere due to pandemic, or even without pandemic. There are a lot of handheld devices or IoT devices using which business is done, data is getting communicated, etc. So that is where the Zero Trust Access comes into picture, and the third one is the Adaptive Cloud. So in terms of the security solutions, what Fortinet offers, we offer close to 50 plus solutions classified into various pillars in terms of NOC, SOC, security-driven networking, Zero Trust Access, Adaptive Cloud security, etc. Now coming to what are the solutions, what we are offering, just to look at as to know what is the trend, what we are seeing. As per Gartner, they said that 70% application access will be using multi-factor authentication, which is a need of the hour when people are moving everywhere and all kinds of devices are being used to access company data, etc. Now, workforce shifts from 4% to teleworking to 30% teleworking by 2021. We are seeing it in India also. Similarly, in terms of BYOD, there is an explosion which is happening, and the number of BYOD devices are going to multiply, and it's going to be 12 billion by 2025. And from a cloud perspective, obviously, there is a huge transition which is happening. Some are adopting private cloud, some are adopting public cloud. So there is also a scenario where a lot of people are looking at a hybrid cloud, where some data is on the private cloud, some is on the public cloud, etc. So from a Zero Trust perspective, what are the fundamental principles based on which Zero Trust works is authenticate and verify the users, not one time, on a continuous regular basis, and give only restricted access what is required, and then assume that if there is an attack could be happening from inside or outside, and what are the security measures, what needs to be there, assuming that if a breach happens, whether it is office or outside.
The traditional network perimeter is now open, allowing applications and data to move freely across multiple network edges to meet evolving business demands. As new edges emerge and attack surfaces rapidly expand, traditional security solutions have been unable to keep up. Rather than addressing the distributed network as a single environment, they can only focus on protecting one segment of the network at a time. The Fortinet vision for security is different. It begins with the Fortinet Security Fabric, powered by a single operating system, FortiOS. This platform is built on 3 pillars that provide broad visibility and comprehensive protection across the entire digital attack surface. Zero Trust Access, ensuring controlled access to any resource from any device. Security-driven networking, enabling digital innovation by blending security with the network. Adaptive Cloud Security, providing consistent, cloud-native security across a multi-cloud environment. The entire Fortinet security fabric is integrated to reduce complexity and share threat intelligence. FortiGuard gathers critical threat intelligence, which is then analyzed by our patented AI-based threat analysis system and continuously shared across the entire security fabric. To help organizations more effectively leverage their existing security investments, Fabric connectors and APIs create an open ecosystem so existing solutions can be easily connected into the security fabric. A single Fabric Management Center provides centralized control of every Fabric element. It ensures that everything is integrated and communicating, orchestrates policies, correlates and shares threat intelligence, and automatically enables a coordinated response to detected security events. All of this driven by automated, self-healing networks with AI-driven security for fast and efficient operations. The result is the first fully integrated endpoint, network, and cloud platform. Augmented with the industry's most advanced security AI, the Fortinet Security Fabric platform enables fully automated, self-healing network security